Live from KSAT 12. The 6 o'clock news starts right now.
The point-in-time count results are in. That is a one-night snapshot that provides information about those experiencing homelessness. The survey, done at the end of January, counts the number of people who are unsheltered.
The information collected helps better serve the areas most in need and prioritize where the money goes. Our Jonathan Cotto has the report.
According to the point-in-time count, over 3,000 people were counted as experiencing homelessness this year, a 5% increase from the 2022 count.
Made some great progress with unsheltered homelessness, saw a decline in those numbers and also in chronic homelessness.
The number of unsheltered people dropped by 15.6% from last year. However, the number of those sheltered increased by 16.4% from 2022. Something Vela says is due to the number of families that are facing eviction and rising housing costs. Those who have experienced homelessness for a year or more and have a disability decreased by 33%. But when looking at the unsheltered count, chronic homelessness went down by 55%. Katie Vela says they have also been able to identify some equity issues.
Black or African American people are overrepresented in our numbers by 3 times our census population.
The count reveals that children between the ages of 0 to 17 represented just 0.3% of the unsheltered count.
And another key finding was that housing was another self-identified top need amongst those experiencing unsheltered homelessness, followed by food and transportation.
And while there was an increase in persons who are homeless due to domestic violence situations, veterans remain the lowest reported count of unsheltered persons in San Antonio and Bexar County. Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
The city of San Antonio plans to use some of its first-of-its-kind housing bond for a first-of-its-kind project in the area. Voters approved the $150 million housing project as part of last year's bond package with the goal of increasing the city's affordable housing options, perhaps a way to fight homelessness. But the city is still in the process of sorting out which projects will do that best. City Hall reporter Garrett Berger tells us how a mobile home park apparently fits into those plans. Garrett, tell us more.
Well, in a briefing today, City Council heard the latest proposals from city staff on a second round of ideas to use bond and federal funding. Now, most of the money that they recommended would go towards rental projects, either rehabbing them or new rental units, but there was some for home ownership. That included a plan to help buy a Southside mobile home park and turn it into a co-op in which the people who live there would collectively own the land. That would be a first-of-its-kind arrangement for San Antonio. Now, the nonprofit Rock USA would help with the purchase of Riverside Terrace on Mission Road and its transition to a co-op. Rock's VP of Acquisitions says the people who live in these kind of parks often own their mobile or manufactured home, but they have to rent the lot underneath it. That makes them vulnerable to rent increases and also a lack of investment back into the parks they live in. So the benefit of a co-op arrangement is control and security.
So all the money that they collect in the form of lot rent will go back into the community itself. They have a voice and control and say over improvements that are made. If they want to put a playground in for children or if they want to install sidewalks, they don't have to go to a landlord and ask for them to make those improvements.
City staff are recommending a little less than $2.9 million out of the housing bond go towards this plan, plus another $250,000 in fee waivers for the project. City Council is scheduled to actually vote on awarding the money on June 8th. Meanwhile, Rock USA plans to meet with the current tenants next week. Beyond being a first for this area, Rock USA says this isn't a typical arrangement in Texas. If this goes through, it would be only the third co-op arrangement in the entire state. Live at City Hall, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
We'll continue to follow it. Thank you, Garrett. Well, tonight, San Antonio Police and Crime Stoppers asking for your help in finding the person responsible for robbing a Frost Bank. Take a look. Police say this person allegedly robbed the Frost Bank on I-10 West near the Dominion. Happened about May 9th, around 5 p.m. SAPD says the suspect walked into the bank, pointed a gun at employees. That's when the person demanded money and then left. The suspect has not been found. Anyone with information can call Crime Stoppers at 210-224-3030. STOP.
The San Antonio Fire Department is investigating the cause of a house fire near downtown. That fire started around 6:15 this morning in the 800 block of West Poplar Street. Look how heavy that smoke was. You can see the flames through it there. This was near North Flores and I-10. Fire officials say the home was boarded up, but there have been reports of people going in and out of that house. No one was inside at the time of this fire, and no one was hurt.
The heavy rain we saw yesterday proved to be an issue for drivers. Around 10 last night, several drivers had to be rescued in the area of I-35 near Splashtown. According to police, one driver drove his car into high water. It stalled. He was able to get out, but two women had to be rescued from the hood of their car after it got submerged by high water. No one injured in any of these rescues.
A murder trial that began just yesterday is now close to wrapping up. The case dates back to 2020, but the suspected murder weapon was found just a few months ago. John Eric Garcia was found shot in the parking lot of a West Side apartment complex in 2020. According to testimony in this case, Garcia and the man on trial, Bobby Solis, met up that night to discuss an ongoing feud between them. Today, the jury was shown what prosecutors say was the murder weapon. Now, that gun wasn't found until 3 months ago when it was thrown out of a car right before officers arrested a suspect wanted in a separate, unrelated murder case. Tomorrow, both sides are expected to rest their cases and jury deliberations to begin.
It's an unusual concept, CPR on teddy bears, but that's what kindergartners are learning at the Menchaca Early Childhood Learning Center on the city's south side. The campus nurse there says the lesson could keep kids calm in an emergency. All 300 kindergartners were singing the Baby Shark song, practicing the CPR movements on teddy bears, turning a serious conversation into an age-appropriate one. Menchaca Elementary on the far south side, where the closest hospital or emergency room at times is at least 50 to 30 minutes away. Nurse Heather Siebert says every minute matters and any child at any age can make a difference.
They feel like they're at least doing something to help. They're not feeling helpless, they're feeling empowered.
The students received a teddy bear, a workbook, and a first aid kit, all thanks to a Southside Education Foundation grant. And now the district is looking for future funding to do it again next year.
Yes, I now have Baby Shark stuck in my head. Anybody else?
Yep. But also Staying Alive by the Bee Gees.
Yes.
Another one with the same tempo.
Right. Same beat.
Yeah, that's how I learned it, I guess. And it makes sense.
Yeah. Bee Gees, Baby Shark, you know.
What's the difference?
Yeah, whatever it takes.
Hey.
There's a difference. Kasky.
I know, but in terms of your end result, what you're going for.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, a minor difference.
I thought you were making a comment on the Bee Gees there. Let's talk weather, though.
It's a good idea. Let's do that. That's what we're here for. 92 in Cotulla, 89 in Del Rio. Some warmer temperatures, just by a few degrees to the south and west of town, but 87 Victoria and Gonzales. Right now in San Antonio, 88 degrees. You know, yesterday at this time we had the heavy rain. Today we're drying out a bit. Everything is so green. It's nice to see everything very green and lush. Even when you drive down the highway, you look at the median, you look at the side of the road, and you've got prairie grass. It's good to see. I like that. I don't like the brown color all over the place. It's good to see green lawns and green grass. Mostly clear this evening, beautiful, not much of a breeze. By 10 o'clock, will be 78, midnight down to 74 degrees. And tomorrow is going to be another warm day. We'll make it up to 89. The 91 on Friday, but a little cool front pays us a visit Friday night, and that's going to drop temperatures this weekend. By Sunday, highs in the 70s. Also, when that front arrives, some storms back in the forecast. We'll take a closer look at that and time it out in just a bit.
Check out traffic right now. Let's go to 281 and Hildebrand, and you can see traffic moving along here. It's the northbound lanes moving smoothly. Southbound lanes a little slower, but no major traffic tie-ups to tell you about. Wow, what a night it was for San Antonio and Spurs fans. Victor Wembanyama, the Wemby Mania, sweeping San Antonio nearly 24 hours after the Spurs landed the top pick in the draft, who will likely be the French star. The interest for season tickets soaring.
Yeah, Spurs officials telling us they have also seen 10 times the normal amount of web traffic and Spurs app downloads since the lottery results last night. RJ Marquez stopped by the Spurs sales office where the building, it's buzzing today.
You've probably seen videos of Spurs fans cheering and honking after the franchise won the NBA draft lottery. Back at the AT&T Center, the mood was just as joyous.
We celebrated for about 5 minutes, and it was lots of high-fiving, hugs, sips of champagne, and then 40 people hit the phones.
Frank Maselli, the chief revenue officer for SSC, says the sales staff is working around the clock as demand for season tickets jumped within minutes.
We're here till midnight last night, working the phones and making sure people's deposits, the website was working properly, all of that to get in.
The phones have been ringing off the hook here at the Spurs offices with fans interested in potentially buying season tickets. They tell us that they immediately got to work after the Spurs won the NBA draft lottery, and despite very little rest,
it just felt like, a dream come true.
Lindsay Beal has worked for SSC for 14 years and says the staff is busy answering several questions and requests.
People want to know how many games they can get in with. We have 10 game plans, so it's a really manageable amount of games to come to in a year. Payment plans.
And fans who place a $100 deposit will get the chance this Saturday and next Thursday to pick their seats. It could bring one of the biggest years in Spurs ticket sales history.
Until you really go through that process, it's really difficult to project that, but we're expecting it to be record-breaking.
RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
A lot to look forward to. All right, coming up after the break, a new bill in the state legislature could help cover the cost of a certain cancer test, how biomarker testing works, and how it saved a woman's life.
I'm Stefania Jimenez, and here's what we're working on for you tonight on The Night Beat. Texas schools have required this particular program for years, but right now it carries a renewed sense of urgency. Tonight, why a local school district says Stop the Bleed is more important than ever. Also, Wemby Mania in full swing. The San Antonio Spurs have the first pick in the 2023 NBA draft, a huge moment in franchise history. So how exactly do Spurs fans feel about this? Well, tonight, mental health experts are going to weigh in about city psyche and how last night's big win is also affecting morale in the Alamo City. We'll see you for these stories and a lot more tonight on The Night Beat.
Thanks, Stefania. A big win this week for cancer patients. Testing that helps determine which therapy can help them may soon be required by law to be covered by insurance.
Courtney Friedman explains biomarker testing and shows us how it saved a young patient's life.
3 years ago, Ashlyn Gomez was diagnosed with breast cancer at just 23 years old.
And I noticed that I had a red dot on my right breast.
Her oncology team was eventually able to find out her cancer was stage 3 instead of stage 2 due to what's called biomarker testing.
Biomarker testing, it's a very personalized targeted therapy for your cancer.
Testing can involve a simple blood draw or more expansive genomic sequencing, but the results show what specific therapy will work best for each patient so no time is lost.
They found out I had another tumor behind my first tumor, so it was basically hidden.
Because of that, doctors knew regular chemo wouldn't work, so they got Gomez into a trial with specialized treatment, which ended up saving her life.
The personalized treatments, I don't have to play these guessing games with my life.
The problem is, insurance doesn't always cover biomarker testing. In fact, it was so inconsistent, the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network, or ACS-CAN, decided the laws needed to be changed.
If they don't know that a biomarker is going to be covered by the insurance company, more than likely they won't pursue biomarker testing.
ACS-CAN, Texas Government Relations Director James Gray, lobbied alongside volunteers for a year and a half. And Monday, Senate Bill 989 passed the House and is headed to the governor's desk.
So it makes it very clear that biomarker testing will be covered by state insurance companies.
A moment of joy for Gomez, who rallied hard for this bill.
We worked endlessly, sending emails, going to Advocacy Day. Texas needs better health care. They need this biomarker testing.
If Governor Abbott signs the legislation into law, it'll go into effect September 1st. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Yes, we sang Baby Shark during the commercial break, and yes, it is a gorgeous day out there after all that rain, Adam.
Yes, and we're sorry. We apologize as well if that's in your head.
Yeah, and thankfully we didn't sing it on the air. We waited for the commercial break.
Yeah,
so
that was for you.
No ears were harmed.
Kind of harmed, but just not permanently. Yeah. It's not permanent damage. All right, let's get right to our rain and storm chances. I want to start with that. It was clear and dry out there today, dry out there again tomorrow. Vast majority of Friday time will be just fine. It's Friday night when we have the next chance of a few storms. And we've got it as isolated in nature, 30%. So isolated to very widely separated as a cold front moves in, and then even into Saturday, we still have that 30%. And then Sunday, it drops off a little bit. So we have some rain and storm chances this weekend, but it's not going to be all weekend long, just a few opportunities here and there. Okay, this is a drought monitor, which will be updated tomorrow, but I want to take a different look at it. First of all, how much rain has fallen in these drought-stricken areas? Now, these are actual rain gauge measurements, and you see the good maintenance rain here since May 1st, by the way. Maintenance rain along the coastal plain, Yoakum, just under 9 inches. Kennedy, over 9 inches of rain, actually measured by a rain gauge since May 1st. But up in the extreme and exceptional drought area, still putting a dent in it, not as much as what we have closer to the coast. But Bernie, 2.88, Canyon Lake, 3.67, and officially, month to date at the airport in San Antonio, 2.91. Again, we will have some opportunities to add on to these numbers in the days ahead, and the new drought monitor comes out tomorrow. I'm excited to see it. By the way, next half hour, we'll take a closer look within Bexar County and surrounding communities, and also how the stream flow is, how the rain has affected the Guadalupe River and the stream flow. I know it's tubing season. We'll take a look, compare that to average next half hour at about 6:45. Otherwise, across the state right now, we're getting a little bit of a break in the active weather pattern. It's simmered down, quiet down for a few more days. And I think, as I showed you, tomorrow's going to be another sunny and quiet day. Most of Friday just fine, but we're watching this upper level swirl near the Baja Peninsula, upper level disturbance. Notice that counterclockwise circulation around it. That right there indicates that it's the upper level energy maker. And then it's also going to combine with this upper level high, Big Blue H. I mean, we're familiar with the Big Blue H in the summertime when it parks overhead. Well, it's over southern and central Mexico, and these always have the clockwise circulation around them. And so due to those respective circulations, it basically makes this funnel in this conveyor belt in the upper atmosphere just to throw energy our way. So it's not a continuous plume of energy, but intermittently we'll have some energy coming in off the Pacific. So again, tomorrow, Friday, looking dry. Afternoon, evening practice outdoors plans are okay. But a cold front's going to drop in, a weak one, along with that upper energy Friday evening. We could see some storms first develop around and a little before sunset in the hill country, Edwards Plateau, and then thereafter some of that activity after dark could make its way towards San Antonio. I know this futurecast showing it all staying off to the west. It's within the realm of possibility that all this could be a little bit eastward as well. Don't pay close attention to the exact location. Also, severe weather risk. Isolated in nature south of town, but some scattered severe weather possible locally. Our 88, that was our high temperature today. I think we'll do it again tomorrow. We'll be pretty close to that. Right now, we're at 88 degrees, dew point of 60. We start the day tomorrow at 67 with a high temperature of 89. But if you're southwest of town, closer to the Rio Grande, we'll be in the low to mid 90s for highs. And we talked earlier, those cooler temperatures with those slight rain chances this weekend. Look at that, 77 the high by Sunday.
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks, Adam.
All right, after what happened last night, this guy may have the easiest decision on draft night, Larry.
Yes, Spurs general manager Brian Wright. I think he's in his 5th season as general manager with the Silver and Black, and absolutely, Spurs have the #1 pick. We all think they're going to get Wemby, right? So what's Wright's message? And Becky Hammon denies bullying one of her former players. Coming up. It's the talk of the town. Peter J. Holt and the San Antonio Spurs won the 2023 NBA Draft Lottery last night in Chicago. Of course, this isn't the first time that they've won the draft lottery. It also happened in 1987 when they drafted David Robinson #1, and again in 1997 when they selected Tim Duncan first overall. And now you can add 2023 and most likely Victor Wembanyama, the consensus #1 pick. He's 19 years old, 7'3" with an 8-foot wingspan. Now you watch the lottery live in Paris, and he can't wait to play in the NBA.
can't really describe them, It's just my heart's beating. I got everyone. I love everyone I know around me. It's a really special moment I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. I'm going to try and bring my feelings here. I love Texas. I've been there before. I'm really happy, and I really can't wait to meet the fans and to meet, hopefully, the team I'm about to join in June.
Victor once played for Asvel, a French basketball team owned by former Spurs great Tony Parker. He currently plays for the Metropolitans 92 in France, and he didn't attend the NBA Draft Combine. Spurs general manager Brian Wright was asked what's his message to the fans now that the Spurs own the Wemby pick.
I would just say enjoy it. Obviously, a long road still ahead and a lot of work to do to build this out and get to where we want to be, but a huge step forward tonight. And continue to enjoy it. You enjoy the entire journey. It's not always fun, and it's not always just the great things. You gotta enjoy and embrace your journey. And so enjoy tonight and have a great time, celebrate, and then we get back to work tomorrow.
And a quick shout out to my buddy Gabriel Gardner, who did his best to manifest the Spurs getting the top pick, just like so many of you did. And yes, it worked. By the way, he said those nachos were really good. Led by Nikola Jokic, the Nuggets dominated Lakers in Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals last night. The Joker recorded his 6th triple-double of these playoffs with 34 points, 21 boards, and 14 assists. And he had this buzzer beater to end the third quarter.
It's a playoff. We need to be aggressive. We need to win a game. So, especially in front of home crowd, especially because they won 2 game ones. So it was. I think it's being aggressive. It's a normal right now.
We got to understand that we got to start from the tip off. And they punched us in the mouth to start. I know the game is won in 48 minutes, but they set the tone in 24 minutes, and we're playing catch up for the next 24.
Game 2 is tomorrow night in Denver. Yesterday, we learned that Las Vegas Aces head coach Becky Hammon was suspended 2 games without pay, and the team is losing their 2025 first-round draft pick over Becky's alleged treatment of former Aces player Derek Hamby, who said she was traded because she was pregnant.
I don't recall my relationship with Hamby being anything but on the up and up, and I'm just obviously, along with the organization and everything, disappointed with the findings, but, we're looking forward to kind of putting the whole thing behind us.
Aces will start their WNBA title defense Saturday, 2 p.m. at Seattle, right here on KSAT 12. Congratulations to the Alamo Heights girls golf team for winning the UIL Class 5A state championship yesterday in Georgetown. The Blue Squad shot a 29 over par and won by 12 strokes after finishing second last season, and the Heights gold team tied for 5th. So congratulations to both.
So Mules kick and drive and putt.
Yes, they do. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, Larry.
Thanks, Larry. All right, coming up still ahead in our next half hour, 4-year-old Del'Urvion Whitley. He was killed in a drive-by shooting 6 years ago. Now, one of the men accused in his killing is going to trial. I'll look back at the case after the break in our Open Court series. It was a case that shocked the city back in 2017. A drive-by shooting killed 4-year-old Del'Urvion Whitley.
More than 5 years later, one of the suspects charged is finally heading to trial. Erica Hernandez gives us a look back at this case in our Open Court series.
Before you could even say, get down, you just hear.
More than 60 shots fired at one East Side home left a mother's life forever changed as her 4-year-old son, Del'Urvion Whitley, was killed. The deadly shooting all a part of gang violence that was wreaking havoc in the East Side in 2017. And now one of the suspects charged with Whitley's murder is heading to trial.
And Del'Urvion Whitley, that 4-year-old, will get his justice.
This is Open Court, justice for Del'Urvion Whitley.
In 2017, violence on the East Side was on the rise amid what authorities say at the time was due to gang violence as rivals were clashing. The violence reached its peak on July 19, 2017, as a drive-by shooting resulted in the death of 4-year-old Del'Urvion Whitley. Here's a look back at the case and why it took years to arrest those responsible for his murder.
It was late in the evening when shots rang out in the 200 block of Hub Avenue. A house riddled with bullets. Around 65 shots were fired.
You could hear them pass in your ear as you just sitting there wondering before you could even say, get down. You just hear.
Santwanisha Whitley was inside with her young sons. She was hit twice in the leg, and her son, Irvion Whitley, also hit, but dying of his wounds. Police saying at the time they believed the drive-by shooting was in retaliation to a previous shooting that took place earlier in the day. The search was now on for those responsible. For the past several months after the shooting, arrests had been made, but nobody officially charged with Irvion's murder. In November of that year, a federal investigation led to the arrest of multiple gang members, including Irvion's father. Those arrests led to the release of more details into the shooting. Earl E. Whitley Jr. was the apparent target, but wasn't home at the time. Whitley was an alleged gang member and was arrested along with others and facing federal grand jury charges of distributing cocaine and conspiracy. After those arrests, the case still didn't lead to anybody getting charged with murder, but that did come almost 3 years later. Terrell Chase, Todd Hill, and Quentin Phillips were officially charged with murder, felon in possession of a firearm, and deadly conduct. A fourth man, Dakota Peppers, also indicted, but only charged with felon in possession of a firearm. The Bexar County District Attorney's Office announcing the charges, but also saying other arrests were pending. District Attorney Joe Gonzalez says collaboration with federal authorities helped lead to the 4 men being arrested and charged. It wasn't much longer after that indictment that Michael Woodard and John Chapman were also charged with murder. 6 men now all behind bars.
The case is now in the hands of the 437th District Court. After the 2020 indictment, defendants prepared for trial, but not all officially charged were still facing a murder charge. We spoke with a local defense attorney who isn't involved in this case about why some charges were dismissed and why this wasn't a capital murder case.
Multiple co-defendants can lead to a very complex case, as each defendant has their own attorney, some take pleas, and others have their charge dismissed. Local attorney Daniel De La Garza gave us some insight into cases such as this one, and first tells us why the defendants were probably not charged with capital murder.
I think that it's just real hard to find out who exactly the trigger person was, and then that makes it tough for the prosecutors to prove.
With the 6 men charged into Irvion Whitley's death, 2 have already been sentenced. Dakota Peppers got 6 years for felon in possession of a firearm, and Todd Hill got 8 years for the same charge. While Peppers was never charged with murder, Hill was, and had that murder charge dismissed.
There is the law of parties, and there's all that kind of stuff where it's if one person did it, everybody participating is responsible. But that's still really tough to prove in front of a jury. And
the other 4 co-defendants are still charged with murder, and John Chapman will be heading to trial first. As to what kind of defense we could see his lawyers taking,
I think the best one is the identity thing. I didn't do it. I wasn't there. And I've had a little bit of success with that in murder cases, especially.
Overall, though, De La Garza believes this trial will be hard for all involved.
Anything involving a child victim is always going to be difficult.
Jury selection for Chapman's trial begins on May 19th, with opening statements and testimony to begin on May 22nd. We will be live streaming this trial. You can watch on KSAT.com, KSAT's YouTube page, and KSAT Plus.
This trial will reveal even more details into gang violence that took place here in San Antonio, and also if there will in fact be justice for Irvion Whitley.
To follow this case and others, you can get updates by signing up for our open court newsletter on KSAT.com. All you need to do is scan the QR code on your screen. We'll be right back.